What's up, guys? Welcome to the Behind the Golf Brand podcast. This week, I have my good friend Kris Drey from the Byrd. If you guys haven't seen or heard of the Byrd, the Byrd's the word. It's a cool new, I don't know what you call it, apparel slash accessory. I don't know. It's kind of like its own little area, but it's cool
Niche.
because you can, yeah, it's an accessory, but yeah, it's also like other products that you can take with you at the course. So I thought it was really cool. I saw it at the PGA show, and then I asked Kris to come on the show. So welcome to the show.
Thank you, Paul. Happy to be here.
So where are you located?
I am in the East Bay area in Walnut Creek, California.
That's a nice area.
Yeah, it's fun. Nice place
Is
to
that where
call home.
Silicon Valley we're living? Remember that show Silicon Valley?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
in Walnut, you think? Where do you think that was?
That I think was a little south of me, about 45 minutes to an hour. But yeah, Walnut Creek. It's a good place. It's centrally located to Napa, Tahoe, all those good places.
How long of a
Carmel.
drive is it to like Napa? Like an hour?
Napa's 45 minutes. Tahoe's 3 hours, Carmel's 2.
Wow. So you like have the spot, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty
Um,
cool.
so what did you grow up in the Bay Area or like where did you grow up at?
I grew up in Southern California, so I grew up surfing on the beaches of Southern Cal, specifically Salt Creek Beach. So that was kind of the feel of my brand, like I gravitated to lightning bolts because my favorite surfer was Jerry Lopez at the time, and he had surfboards with a lightning bolt design, and I just kind of like the beach vibe, kind of chill, mindful, present. That's kind of what we're all about. Being able to focus on the course is critical.
So did you like what's your background? So you grew up like where in Southern Cal, like LA or what?
No, I grew up in a little town called Dana Point.
Yeah, now Dana Point's like huge, right? Like
It
it's
is. They
yeah.
changed the boundaries of the city like a while ago. It was years after I left though. And I was Laguna Niguel, and then it became Dana Point, and Dana Point just gobbled up half of Orange County, it feels like.
I was talking to somebody and they said like they live in Dana Point or that area and they said it's like impossible to buy a house. That's what they said. They said like what the rent like they're telling me what the rent was, and I was like, you gotta be
Yeah.
kidding me, dude. He's like, yeah, we'll never buy a house here. We can't afford it.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's just crazy.
But back in the day, it probably wasn't like that, right? It was probably like normal.
Yeah, yeah, it was super chill. It was cool. And I grew up in a little community near the beach, so I had my little Riva scooter. You remember those things?
Yeah. Those are
I
freaking
had a
cool.
little red Riva with a surfboard rack on it, and I used to zip down to the beach. It was fun. The
The
good
good
old
old
days. I
days.
miss those. I miss those beaches, man. It was warm and nice water, not shark infested like Ocean Beach.
Did you go to college in Southern California or what?
I went to school in Chico, so I kind of ended up a little north, but almost in the middle,
What
sort of.
school is that? That's
Chico State. It was voted number one party school in the country several years ago. That's all I
more than
heard.
ASU?
Yeah, it was nuts. It was just 1 year. It was in Playboy magazine, and that's all anyone would say to me. Where do you go to school? Chico. Oh, you must be a partier. Like, name one school that doesn't party, man. Come on.
There isn't one. Unless you go to like I don't even know. There probably doesn't even exist.
Nah.
So when you went to Chico State, then is like I know you're a smart dude because if you moved to the friggin' Bay. So would you do like CS or something?
What did I what?
What'd you major in?
Oh, no, it's funny. I majored in natural resource management, and somehow I came out of that not wanting to be a park ranger. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it just wasn't something I was motivated to do. And that was right around when the interwebs became popular to the public. So, I joke that my wife set my career for me because she bought me my first AOL disk and 14K modem. So, so that was it
You
for
remember they
me.
used
And
to
I
like
was,
give that the disc, like it was in the back of like every magazine and like everything. Remember that? It
for
was like
sure.
I remember being in college and we just like would throw them at each other like ninja
Yeah.
stars.
I
Yeah, I
used
remember
them
that.
as you put your drink on them, drink coaster. I mean,
I mean, the
everybody had
marketing must
30
have
of them.
worked, right? I mean, how else would you get people on the internet for free? Remember, they give you minutes. It was like 10,000
Yeah.
minutes or whatever it was. Remember that?
And remember the screeching sound you would
Oh
hear
yeah.
when you logged on? It
And
was
then
just
you tie up the
hilarious.
phone line, and then everyone would be pissed. And then like someone would call you, and then you get bumped. Remember that?
Yeah, that was
So funny.
frustrating. Too
Such a good.
funny.
I checked with my kids. Like, dude, it was nothing like that when we were kids. I was like, you wanted to play two player, your friend was coming over. Like that's how it
Yeah,
worked.
for sure.
I
It's
remember.
funny.
I remember in college, like when I was like that's when like well, I guess they already been around, but remember Duke Nukem? I remember
Oh
playing Duke
yeah.
Nukem in college, and like I wasn't a CS major, but my roommate was my freshman year, and like he like him and like a bunch of other guys like networked everything so we could play Duke Nukem like us and the guys next door. So
Awesome.
frustrating. You thought that was the coolest thing on the planet. I was like, holy crap!
Totally.
You're like yelling at each other like down the hall, like you're an asshole. But like I was so good at that game, dude. I think like I
Yeah,
had great college after that.
that was fun.
Um,
The good old
so
days.
so then what happened? So you got like okay, so that you got into what? Like how did that
So
even bridge, bro?
I was really into music. I wanted to be in the music industry. I did an internship with PGD, Polygram Group Distribution, which was a thing back then. They're long gone now.
Who was on
But
their label back then?
oh geez, I don't even remember. I mean, I want to say Soundgarden, but I can't remember. But I
I'm
graduated,
gonna find
needed
out.
a job in the music industry, so I found this little tiny blues record label in San Francisco called Blind Pig Records, and they needed someone that understood online and design and things like that. So they hired me, and I worked there for a couple years, and then I realized I wanted to work in the internet, not music. And then I was digital from then on. I worked at CNET, Groupon,
Did you
all
really?
kinds. Yeah,
Doing
yeah.
what?
Product
Like build
management, writing specifications for software engineers. That's the bulk of my career.
so wait, so you got the job. So okay, so you go to the Bay and your first job is with the music company. What'd you do there? Band
I was a
management or
jack of
just being
all
on the internet?
trades. I got them on the internet. I
What
built
year
their
was this?
website. Oh my gosh,
97,
probably
8?
96, 96,
I was like
97.
really early internet. Like this is like super
Absolutely.
early. Like
Yeah,
super
for
early.
sure. Yeah, and I was smitten. I was intrigued and I loved the interwebs, and that was it for me. I was hooked.
Dude, I remember like all my friends that were in CS. I remember like taking a science like a CS class and I was like thinking, oh, this is cool, but like I would never want to do this shit. Bro, they all like made so much money. It's ridiculous. Like
Exactly.
they all graduated and they had jobs right away and they all went to the Bay and they all got extremely wealthy. Like
Yep.
extreme. I have a
Especially if they were software engineers.
like one guy I know went to like he got like a bunch of guys went to the Bay, started their own like I don't know, interweb e-group something back like in the 98, 99. And then they sold it to Yahoo. They made like I remember my buddy made 100 grand, right, in his
Uh,
stock. And that's when Yahoo was like cool. And
yeah,
then he ended up like taking a year off because he had
of course.
$100,000. It's like $1 million nowadays, right? And like took a year off, and then his friends who went there all left and joined Google in like 2000 or 2001, and they
Yeah,
made buku bucks.
for
And then he
sure.
left there because he made a ton of money when it went public and got a job at YouTube before the merger. So like he got
Oh,
Google stock
wow.
twice. I was like, dude,
Oh man.
if you step in shit, you would find a diamond. Like literally, that's what like
It would stick to his shoe. Man, that's crazy. That is good
here's me like
fortune.
trying to get a job. And these guys are like, I was
Right.
walking. I don't know. I remember you
Yeah.
used to like tell me like companies would come to YouTube, like they knew all these dudes had money, right? And like they'd be in the parking lot and they would like try to sell these guys like the most random shit, like scooters and like, you know, whatever, like, I don't know, like cool dork toys, you know, that were outside. Like, oh, you know, some,
Right.
and like he would show me like video of it, and I'm like, oh my god, this is nuts. Like, this is not my world. I would love to have been in that world though. I mean, that would be fun. I'd be
Yeah.
retired now. Not probably. I don't know, probably not. But so then what happened? So you went there and then you got how when did you left the Baptist, what was it called? What did you say, the music? The
Polygram
the Polygram, and then you went to the jazz place and like did the same thing,
Blues.
but like helping get
Yeah.
them back on. And then
Got them
you
online, managed their newsletter, got their artists on the radio, got them
wow.
interviews, got them in magazines. I basically did everything. It was crazy. And then a new album would come out and we would turn the whole house into, a fulfillment center, and we would pack CDs all day long for weeks. It was just miserable. But, I got to see
It was
some
fun and you were
cool.
young and it didn't matter,
Yeah.
right?
And I saw some really cool old school blues legends,
Yeah,
Magic Slim, all these really cool guys that I dug. And I got to
I
hang with
remember that.
them at Biscuits and Blues, which is this funky little blues hang in San Francisco, all dark and weird. It was awesome.
It was all weird and like, so then, all right, so then so you've done the same, so you kind of just worked in tech, right? So you went, what did you do with CNET? You just helped them. I mean, CNET just reviews stuff, don't they?
Yeah, they were pretty much product reviews. They kind of invented it, unboxing, things like that.
Yeah, I remember
Uh,
that.
so
I
I
remember
was
that.
a product manager and I owned a couple of websites, different ones over my career. And I moved up into the world and took over cell phones, which were a big deal back then. Do you remember the Motorola Razor? It was like
Yeah.
this thin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When that came out, I was running the cell phone division and it just blew up. It was crazy.
What year was that? Like 2000 and
I started there in '99 and left in 2006. So that was probably 2004.
yeah, my first cell phone was a StarTAC. Remember that, the Motorola StarTAC, where like it had the antenna you had to pull out and always break
Yeah.
off. And I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
you thought you're hot? Yeah, dude, that was me. I was like, yeah, I got a cell phone, $900, you know, and I paid for my minutes. And no, I
Yeah.
don't mean ringtones.
I love it. Yeah. So, it was music, then tech. And then, I was designing digital products for
Like what?
years and years and years. Oh, websites, software, all that kind of different stuff, apps, writing specifications and PRDs, product requirement docs for years, and then, doing wireframes and, building digital stuff forever. And then out of nowhere during COVID, I discovered that I could build physical things too. And I was like, wow, I kind of like this. This is fun. So
It's
now that,
tangible, right? You can feel it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's my whole life now. I just love it. Like I've got a PowerPoint deck that's like 250 slides and it's just ideas that I have of inventions that I want to make someday. But for now it's all about golf inventions. That's where I'm at right
Why
now.
golf? Like why did you decide to start there? You're a
Well,
surfer who likes music and tech. So why golf?
golf just fits the vibe. It's outdoors, it's in a beautiful place, it's chill, it's relaxed, it's fun. You're usually with friends. And for me, I mean, I was that annual boys trip golfer for most of my life. And when COVID hit, there was nothing else to do. So I dusted off my clubs and I just started playing more and more and became completely addicted. And for people that know me, I'm super fastidious and kind of anal retentive. So, everything has its place and I'm all about organization, as you can tell by the hats on how they're perfectly
That one
aligned on
behind
my.
you's off by a little bit, that white one. You're like, "No,
Don't
it's
say
not."
that because I'm going to go fix it.
You're like,
Uh,
"Whatever, bro."
So I quickly became a little frustrated with golf because golfers have more gear than any other athlete combined on the planet, which is just it drives me nuts. Like if you don't have 150 things every time you play around, then you're missing something. So I got tired of reaching in my pocket and stabbing my fingers looking for tees, ball markers, divot tools, and all that. So I'm like, there's got to be a better way. So I hit Google and looked for like a belt that I could hold my stuff, and there was nothing. I couldn't find anything. So I busted out grandma's Singer sewing machine and I started sewing belts. Um, and fast forward, I found
Is
a
your wife like, did you have a
manufacturer.
stroke? Like, she's like, what are you doing? Right? Like,
She's completely baffled. Like, what the hell?
all
She's
wives
used to
are.
it.
We start doing like outside the norm. They're like, what happened?
Yeah. But for me, that was the norm. Like my wife was like, yeah, yeah, he's tinkering again. Like I always tinker. Like I'm a perpetual tinkerer. I tell people I love to like the lens I have when I'm walking down the street is, oh, that could be better, or that could be different, or that would be cool if it was a little
Yeah.
tweaked this way, like that's just the lens I see things, through. So I started making belts and I found a manufacturer. And then next thing you know, I've got 5 different products with a bunch of patents pending and
What kind
I'm
of patents?
slinging them.
Design or utility?
They're utility patents.
Good
And
boy.
yeah, yeah.
That's a lot of money. Shit, man. Even that many utility pads. That's not cheap. Wow,
Well,
that's
I knocked it down to just one. I found an attorney that is a family friend, so it saved me a
oh, I
ton
got
of
the friend and
money.
family discount.
Yeah, exactly. And he just worked it so that he could fit them all in one. So we've got one non-provisional filed right now, and we got rid of all the provisionals, independent provisionals.
You do the provisionals first while you're designing it just to cover your ass.
Exactly,
That's what I did too.
exactly. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what you have to do. I mean, then you don't have to worry about it. And then it's like we're just first in line, right? So technically,
yeah.
it's really
Right.
weird. Like on one of my patents right now, like I find I have a design and utility, and utility, like
Smart.
technically, you would think like utility is the hardest one to get, right? Like it really is. It's so strong. And we filed the design a year before the utility, and the utility's already been granted. And the design isn't even
Really?
done. Yeah, dude, the design's not even done. I'm like, seriously? Thanks. I don't
Wow.
care. Like, I'd rather the utility. I mean, I'm still gonna get it, but still, it's like, why would it make any sense? And
That's
my utility went
nuts.
through quick. I was like, holy crap! Like, that's
That's
weird.
really fast.
It's
It's
like
supposed to
reverse.
take
It shouldn't be
years.
like
Yeah,
that.
right.
In case you guys don't
Yeah,
know, like the difference between design and utility is just design's the way it looks, and utility is the way it functions, right? And then utility is way more stronger, in my opinion, than design because design is the way it looks, right? If you change it a little bit, now you're not the design, but you still want to
right.
do it, and it's usually a little bit cheaper. I mean, than doing
Yeah.
utility.
Yeah,
Um,
going both is expensive, but you did the right thing. That was smart.
law school does that to you.
Oh,
You
that's right.
so then you're able to be like, no, 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 yes.
I
So
love it.
okay, so like let's talk about the Byrd. So then when did the Byrd launch?
So we've been selling product for about 16 months now. We went to the our first PGA show last year and we had product like samples,
Right.
I think, at the time. There's the Byrd.
Bird's a word.
Um, light as a feather. Um,
I like your logo. Your logo's sick.
thank you. I designed that
And
myself.
you
I
got your lightning bolt for it too.
Yes,
Oh, and
it
it's like
so
magnetic too, right? So like you just think like that would also kind of play off that. That's smart.
there you go. Yeah. You're the magnet guy.
No, you're the magnet guy.
You you've got the cool magnet product. But both of us do actually. I have magnets in almost everything I make. My belt that you see there has a magnet on the buckle
Yeah.
and it holds your ball marker, and then it has what I call T and well sheaths. So I have T sheaths and divot tool sheaths. And that you can see the braided belt there. That's coming out very soon. And it has my new buckle, which is ta-da, a lightning bolt.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, I incorporate lightning bolts into almost everything I do. They just feel cool, you know?
No, they
There's
do.
the
That looks cool.
there's
That's
the
reminds me of like an old like skateboard, like kamikaze skateboard. Remember that when we were like in the
yeah,
80s? They were badass. That's like reminds me of.
for sure.
Um,
Tony Alva
yeah.
or Alba.
I just watched the documentary on Tony Hawk, but like
Oh, that
it
was
all
good.
the did you watch that one? That thing's really good because apparently it's like everybody, was in
It
it. And the
so
history of
cool.
skateboarding. I don't know, it's cool. Good documentary.
And he and I are the same age.
It was like 54, 53.
6.
Oh, really?
Old school, man.
They're old school. So
Get
okay,
my
so what
walker.
so this is coming out, right? The braided belt. And
Yep,
then
right
there's a
now.
T sheath, let's call it, right? As you call that, and that's for your tees to
Yep,
be on the belt. And then there's a magnet here on the actual face of the belt, so you can put your ball marker.
yeah. It's underneath, so it goes through the metal, and it has, it pulls it tight, holds it really
So
securely.
that if this marker wasn't there, is the magnet on the back side of this, or is the magnet like on the front side of it?
It's on the back, so the front's clean.
Oh, that's smart. Because it looks like crap, and they put some dumbass little magnet in the front. That look junky. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
smart.
it's
Looks clean.
it's
So if
on
you
the
didn't want to put
back.
a ball marker there, it doesn't look all weird because you have this like circle thing, and then we're like, what's that? And you're
Right.
more
The
utilitarian.
When it comes out officially in a couple of weeks, there's gonna be an embossed sun logo right there. So you can kinda see something, when there's no marker on it.
Oh, that's cool. So this is the new one's coming out, right? So
Yeah,
like the first one that came out was it this
that
one?
one. Yeah, that's webbing, so, I liked elastic, and I kinda like the one size fits most, so we didn't have to do, like, 5 different sizes and whatnot, so it's fully adjustable. It goes up to a size, I think, 48 or something like that, and, yeah, it holds 2 T's, a divot tool, and a ball marker, and all of our stuff ships with that stuff too, so you get a free divot tool when you buy a belt, free T's, free ball marker, and,
Oh,
this
so this is the
thing.
divot tool, right?
Yeah, yeah, it slides in, really
I didn't
fits
know
really
that.
snug. Because
Oh,
I
bad.
designed it with neoprene inside. So neoprene, I'm fascinated by this material. It's both slick and sticky. So it's spongy, so it grips things, it holds them by cushioning them, but it's slick too. So things like move off of it. So it's really easy to get your gear in and out of it. And it holds it, I've never had one person complain that they lost a T or something like that. Um, but yeah, these things are selling like hotcakes.
Which
They're
one?
super
The
po
belt?
the webbed belt, yeah, that one we're
The
looking at right
original.
now. Yeah, that one's a new color. The most popular ones right now is the black one and the gray one with the gray stripe. They're just
Black
we've
one.
run out of stock 3 times, which you'd think I would learn, but hopefully I have now. We
No, it's
have
hard. You never know because 'cause you're still, like, relatively new, so you don't know what people like and you're always probably I mean, you're a tinkerer, right? So, like, you're probably always refining the product, so that's what you
You're
know?
so right. Yeah, you get it. You're
I
you're
get
you're
it.
an inventor too, you know? And it's to me, that's the
You should
fun
probably do
part.
tees, though, that, like, have your logo on it. Like, just
Oh, they
go
do.
you know what I'm saying? Like, those ones that are on the top that you could just whatever, the
Oh, on the tip,
bamboo.
on the top. I mean, all
Yes.
of our
Yeah, like, it's on the top. So, like, you would see, like, the Byrd logo on top. So these, like,
you
4-way.
mean there?
Yeah, because I mean, they'll print all that on there. I would do
Interesting.
that because then somebody loses the tee, they'll see that there. I don't know, just because the top breaks off, they might find the top and keep the top if you're this ideas, I don't know.
This is one of my worst ideas. A
What?
black tea.
Oh, you'll
You
never
hit
find
that
it.
thing once, you never find it again. But yeah, so then, that led to the clip. The clip led to the divot clip. We've got a hat. We've got all kinds of stuff. We have a glove now. That glove holds 2 T's on the cuff and a marker underneath. And I designed it. I play softball, so I wear batting gloves a lot. And I like the feel of batting gloves, how they have thick cuffs around your wrist. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I wonder if there's a golf glove like this, and I couldn't find one. So, it has neoprene that goes down on your wrist, which kind of reminds you in your backswing, don't break your wrist, so it's kind of a swing aid, if you will, and it's made with Italian Cabretta leather. It's got, spandex between the fingers, so it's really comfortable. And
The bleed. I bought gloves once and they bled, dude.
it's funny you say that. I just was looking at pictures this morning that users sent to me. They're like, "Hey, bro, my hand's red." I'm like, "Yeah, it'll come off in a day."
That's not good,
But
dude. That happened to me
we've
once. I had to like dump that, or I seriously, because like that just,
we
yeah, that
fixed
happened to
it.
me once. Like
Yeah,
I
we
ordered
fixed it.
like from a manufacturer and I had like 5 colors, dude. I had like green, black, orange, right? And then we got done playing
Yeah.
golf and like my buddies, I started selling them, and then my friends were like, look at my hands. And one hand had green hands and one had black hands. And I was like, oh that's not good.
There's one way to resolve it. Go white.
It's all right. So I just go white. That's why they don't. Yeah, it's because of the dyes, and the
Yeah, it's the
sweat,
dye.
especially the sweat.
It's an easy fix though, because all you have to do is coat it, so problem
So then
solved.
did you what when in terms of like, is this one of your designs too?
Yep, I invented those. The divot clip is the clip, but it is a divot tool as well. So that
Oh,
one's
that's
kind of a
cool. What's this part
three-in-one
for?
multi-tool.
Like
That's
opening up
the
a beer?
that's the pincher that opens and closes it,
Oh, nice. That's cool.
and it also holds a pencil or a cylindrical anything, your straw, whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, these things are pretty popular too. People like to buy the foursome. I give bundle deals because you're going out with your buddies and you show up with little surprise gift for them. So we're all about bundles. And when we launched the company, it was really important to make our stuff accessible. So you know, my marketing team is pissed that I don't sell the belt for $65. And they're like, look, there are belts for 120 golf belts, and they don't do anything like yours does. But I kept them, all my stuff is super affordable. The clip is only
So
20
what's the most
bucks.
popular is the bundles? Like not popular, but like it's a good way. And if somebody's out there learning how to sell stuff, you know what I mean? Would you say like you have your singles, but then you also should have like what you're doing with bundles stuff too, where it's like, oh, group of
Yeah.
4, right? Or something.
Yeah, it's all about average order value. I mean, you
True.
raise
Yeah.
you raise that when you're selling something for 20 bucks, it's hard to get, good numbers. So you fix that, you remedy it by bundling things, and then that keeps your average order value up and basket size bigger and all of that good stuff. So I try and do a lot of bundles and
What's your
deals
most
and
popular
whatnot.
bundle right now?
The divot clip
This one
foursome. Yeah.
or that one?
Yeah. No, the one on the left. That one is
What's the
our most
difference?
popular.
Just because of the clip? Like, is it the same thing or are they different?
They're different. One is forked in the front and the other's rounded. Some
Oh yeah,
people
because it's a
don't like
divot
the
tool.
fork.
Yeah.
Right,
But see, then you learn, right? Like, oh, people really like that kind. Okay, cool. That's what people want.
right. But the regular one is selling like mad. They just got picked up by Shields. So we're in Shields now, 42 stores across the country. Well, specific areas, but I had never heard of Shields because they don't have them in Cali. So but it is a freaking massive store. They
Yeah, they
have
opened up one by my house. It's massive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it's like a mile
Is
from
there
my
a
house.
Ferris wheel in it?
Yeah, there's a Ferris wheel on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they all have Ferris
They're
wheels
massive.
inside
They're
the
huge. It's
store.
like going like a Bass Pro Shop, but like for
Right.
just sports.
Yes.
It's
So they
huge.
picked up 6 SKUs, which we were super excited about.
Was that
And
from the PGA show, or they just found you from this?
it was a distributor that found us and just really liked our stuff, and she showed it to Shields, and they said, "Yeah, we'll take 6 different products instead of, just one," which we were fully expecting them to pick like 1 or 2, but 6, man, we were stoked.
Oh yeah.
And
Um,
we
Go
have a
ahead.
good female demographic as well because ladies often golf and have no pockets. They have skirts. There's no pockets. There's nowhere to put their stuff. So they tend to gravitate. We have, the pink bundle and all kinds of other kind of neutral colors and whatnot. So yeah, the female demographic is a very important one to us.
So like you have two different types of clips, right? Looks
Yep.
like the
Yep.
rounded type or the one that's a divot tool.
Exactly. The divot
It just
tool
depends on
holds two
preference, right? Of
T's.
what somebody likes. And is that your design?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Uh,
the
And I made
belt.
them out of aluminum because aluminum is lightweight. I want all of my products to be invisible to the golfer. Like they can't bug you in any way. So everything I design, it's meant to be somewhat invisible. So, the belt is reversible. You can take that web belt and just roll it around your waist and it becomes like an everyday belt.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
yeah, they're
Because
all
people only like
reversible.
how many belts does a person really need, right? Like, so if they
Yeah.
have one or two that they can just use all the time, then they don't. That's all. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
especially if you use it for golf. So what's
Yeah.
coming out this year then? The new braided belt?
The new braided belt and the glove just came out. We just started selling the glove very recently. We haven't even really promoted them that much yet. And the braided belt, we have a ton of pre-orders for already, which is cool. We're doing a little giveaway. You get a free visor if you pre-order the braided belt now. So we've got
Is
a
that
bunch
to
of
people that have already bought from you before? Like you just kind of pre-ordered your peeps on your previous buyers, or are you like doing it some other way?
some are return customers. Others, we're doing meta advertising and things like that. So people see it and they come check us out, or they go to Amazon and buy it.
You sell all of this on Amazon, or what? Like, is all your
Eh,
products on Amazon, or just certain ones?
Pretty much everything.
It's a necessary evil.
And you're so right. It is. It you got to do it, but you hate doing it.
Are you running ads on Amazon too, or are you just
Soon we're gonna start. We just
yeah?
started with an agency that they specialize in Amazon. They're obviously masochistic people because it's so brutal working with Amazon. But they take care of
Has
your
Amazon lost
listings.
any of your shipments yet? Because they've lost some of mine before, and then they play games and like, oh, you didn't send it. I'm like, yeah, I did, dude. Your thing said you received it. So where is it? Oh, you got to prove
Yeah,
seriously. And then they go, oh, you have to prove that you bought it to send it to us. I'm like, why do I have to prove that? I sent you the entire shipment to
yeah,
like. So they want you to spend like hours and hours and hours and hours and hours trying to like deal with it. It's like,
yeah.
dude, that's
It's
that's called
brutal,
conversion in the world of law. They've taken my product and they do who knows where it went.
right? Vaporware, but we're gonna have to do FBA when we
What are they
start
talking about?
advertising. So
Yeah, what I would somebody gave me a good recommendation. The other day I was talking to a pretty big brand that does it on Amazon too. They said that like I mean you can run your ads like normal on Amazon or like just what they're doing is they're just running an ad on their branded name so that like like a competitor is not going to find your a competitor the competitor is not going to compete for your branded name on Amazon. So like if they are looking for the Byrd, then it's not like Chinese knockoff, Chinese knockoff, Chinese knockoff Byrd, right? Essentially, you're just
right,
paying probably $1, right? Let's just call it to like get you back right on top. But
right,
here's the one plus side I'll tell you with Amazon is that like if you're running ads on Amazon, it will show up on Google because Amazon's running ads like crazy. So essentially, like you're gonna see an Amazon ad for your thing on on Google. So it's like it's a twofer,
yeah,
like so
yeah.
but it still costs
They
you a lot of money because they're gonna get you on the ad, they're gonna get you on the FBA, they're gonna get you on the transaction, whatever that fee is. Next thing you know,
yeah,
you on a $20 thing, you're making $2. You know,
they're taking 22% right off the
a lot
top.
more. Dude, I've done the math. They take like almost over 50 when it's all said and done. If you're
Crazy,
running ads, 50% for what?
right? You got to
Now,
have good margins.
yeah, you gotta have a good margins. That's right. You gotta have really good margins.
Yeah.
So did you initially start selling that on Amazon, or did you like go there after you launched and then you with Amazon because you knew, hey, it's a really good way to get the word out because everybody's on Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah. It was the latter. We launched after
Yes.
we launched the website. D2C is, that's where you want all of your business is on your website because nobody's eating away at your margins on the website.
Yeah.
So we prefer to drive all our traffic to the website. But like you said, Amazon is a necessity. And if you want
This
to,
is this. I mean,
if you want to sell a lot of product, you got to be on Amazon.
and
So
yeah, that's what I feel the exact same way. You just have to. You have to.
yeah,
I mean, it's not.
yeah.
You'll make less money, but you get more.
You make up for it in volume.
Yeah, or people know who you are, right? So
Yeah, brand recognition for
especially as
sure.
a new brand. So
And
right
to your
now, the belt, the new braided style is coming out, and the new glove.
the glove is out, but
Oh,
just
glove's out.
recently. It's been out for about a month. So you can get those now.
And what's your
And the
biggest
braided
seller of like what's the most popular product you guys have right now? Would you say the belt or
the black belt.
that black one?
Yeah, and the gray one is a close second. Those are our two top selling products, like by leaps and bounds.
That's cool, man. So clean too. Like,
Yeah,
I bet you don't even feel that, right? I bet you don't even feel it.
they're super comfortable. I mean, they're elastic, I mean,
Yeah.
the second version was a little tighter elastic because the first one was I wanted it to be soft and comfortable and it was a little too loose. So this one's a little stiffer, but still it's not as stiff as a leather belt. And they're definitely not for everybody. Some people think they don't look good and they don't like elastic belts, but most people love elastic belts. So, I modeled them after some of the top selling belts in the world. So,
Yeah, you did
you
your
know,
research. You know what's more yeah, like
for sure.
leather belts are dime a dozen, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
and how so like if somebody bought like this is it's really one size fits all, right? Because it's an elastic belt. So you just, you know.
Yeah. The web belts or the braided belts will have four different sizes. But the webbed belts, the elastic ones, they're one size fits most.
That's so cool. So when did you launch then?
It was probably 16 months ago, I want to say. And at the first PGA show we went to last year, 24, we were nominated in the top 5 products of the year, which was really cool. That was not a pay to play program. We didn't have to pay to get that, and we were picked to pitch on the main stage our product to David Ledbetter and a bunch of golf heavyweights, which was really cool, kind of nerve-wracking, but super fun. And we didn't win. The Grip Caddy won, and I'm glad for them. Weiser is a super cool guy, really great founder.
The what? The Groove Caddy?
It's the Grip Caddy.
Oh, the
It
Grip
basically
Caddy.
cleans your golf grips. It's an all-in-one
Oh,
little
I've heard of
tool.
that thing. Yeah.
Looks like a wrench. Um, but yeah, so they won. We were told we were a close second. And yeah, we just have taken off since then. It was a good show. We went this year, a little more quiet for us than the first year because, we were the newbies and buyers go to the PGA show. They're always looking for the next thing to sell. And if you have something that's even remotely different or outside the norm, then they're attracted to you.
No, I think it's a cool product, dude. Like when I first
Thank
saw it, I was
you.
like, oh, this is cool. I like inventive stuff that's cool that I think people should know about. When I first saw this, I was like, oh, this is cool. Like it's a lot of work to create something from
Yeah.
scratch for your like
Yeah.
or to make a product better or something that never even existed, you know?
Yeah.
It's a whole process, but with what you've done with, like, your life and all the development, it's just a natural transition, you know?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you nailed it. And it's funny, like advertising on social media and whatnot, people have no idea, to your point, what goes into this. I mean, it's our blood, sweat, tears. It's our passion. So it's not just something you're doing to make a buck. It's something your soul goes into, and there's a human behind every product that you buy in the world. So, you
Right.
know, you
It's
gotta,
your baby, you
yeah.
know?
And it's important to me. Like, two things are super important to me that I've told my kids 1,000 times as they were growing up. Be present, be mindful. It always shows respect to people, and find your passion early. I was 50 when I found my passion. I'm so grateful that I did, because finding something you're passionate about is difficult. And when you do, it's magical.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
life changing, you know?
I totally agree with that, seriously, like, yeah, when it's not about like, when you're young, you feel like it's like chasing money is, like, the thing, right? Or whatever, I guess,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, when you get older, you're like, "So what?" I don't know, I saw that a
Yeah.
lot as a lawyer. This is the
Yeah.
long game, but so, well, where can people find the Byrd?
Thebird.com. It's right there on the page. And the bird is spelled with a Y, Byrd. And you can find it on our website. You can find it in Shields or golf stores, green grass stores near you. We're obviously also on Amazon and Etsy and all those fun places.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Kris, for being on the show today. You guys should check out the Byrd. Like, it's cool because it's not just like another accessory. It's like something you just like, I don't know. It's like you're not a one trick pony. So you can use it for so many different things. And it's also apparel. So it's like hard to say like, oh, you fit in one genre. It's like, actually, no, it's like, and you're probably always like, I bet you have like new stuff coming out too that we don't even know about. You're probably like, oh, we should do that. We should do that.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
But thank you so much for being on the show. You guys check out thebird.com, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.